Well, while we're talking about 2011 and the fact that, it's been 10 years since, let's talk about the lovely fact that we could have started this team in 2011 and still probably not had a cup ring. It's a Made in Canada Edge that I spent over $240. Oof. I mean, fair enough, Metalheads. Have fun spending $100 getting that customized, too, and that's a nice little $340+ venture. Have fun. Wearing a Yotes jersey. Vancouver. Guys, it is time. Last night, we ended things early so we could go play games with friendos to mixed results. Honestly, I think we needed a day to mentally prepare for what we could be about to see here. Which is legitimately our last shot if that window is still open. Because we look like kind of like Sharks teams, don't we? A little bit top heavy, and then you get into some of the depth and you're like, what the hell is that? So, yeah. This is, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to go. We survived our coach retiring. Technically, our defense is better. Our goaltending's ridiculous. We should be fine. We should be good. I don't know if we're going to win 60 games in a row. Or in a row. In general. Certainly not going to win 60 games in a row. If we do, then this game is rigged as shit. Oh, boy. Alright. Alright. Just really quickly again. How do we compare to somebody like Nashville? 93, 94, 91. Compared to 91, 84, 86. Not bad. I'm sorry for last night's torture. I mean, FIFA was fine. Aside from when people would just not have the controller in their hands. That was annoying, but that's always annoying. NHL was what it was. I memed around. That's what you gotta do. Metalhead, not bad. Like I said, I haven't, my jersey collection days aren't behind me, but they've been heavily reduced. 2041, guys. We are almost out of time. Let's sim the opening month of this season and see how we do. I don't like that we've lost 4 games in a row to start the year. No, don't like that.
Good for you!
Tyler A. A10. Thank you for the follow. So we lost 4 in a row and then won 5 in a row. Oh boy. This season. How is this gonna go? Top line's doing okay.
Good for you!
Joe Byers crushing it. Traversal, thank you for the follow as well. Is it the goaltending? Legacy has 2 points in 9 games. That's abysmal. Does he have power play?
Oh, good for you!
No, he does not. And Gustavo dropping the follow as well. Appreciate it, everybody. I have a feeling our power play is awful to start the year. I left it alone. Because I'm like, let's just trust the AI. But I have a strong suspicion our power play is horrible. Did I see what Connor Bedard did today? I didn't. I knew he was playing. Yeah, our offense is really good. Our power play is at 35%. My instincts were very much wrong. Which means... Oh, there's the issue. We've allowed 13 power play goals on 36 attempts already. Uh-huh. 2 goals in his first game. God damn. Let's hope he lives up to the hype, right? Carey Price called. He wants his save percentage back. Oh, Rantanen's crushing it. Nolan Barlow has not looked like the goalie he was last year. Okay. Somehow our defense is fine. Jesus, okay. PKY is... Let me just see if I can... Yeah, there we go. Let's do that really quickly. We obviously can't drop Barlow after just 9 games or 8 starts, whatever it's been technically, but that's concerning. We don't need that Freddie Anderson-like reputation of starting slow and just never turning it around. We're definitely not winning 60 games this year. The Vegas Golden Knights have fired their head coach. I need to see how good he actually is. He might be worth picking up for us. Joe Byer is leading this team in points and has 11 goals in 15 games. Ageless wonder. Ageless. Whoever that coach was sucks, so we won't worry about him at all. So Joe Byer has to have over 16. It's over 1,600 now, right? He was at 1,599. 800 goals, 1,600 points. I didn't even realize we missed the 800. But let's be honest, the last time I went for 700, there wasn't a celebration there. So, Joe Byer. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. God damn. Whew. Can the Bruins score? I mean, I hope so. They've only allowed 1 goal in like each of their last 6 games. It's just, hey, go figure. They need to sort out the offense. They've had to sort out the offense for 5 years now. God, Barlow is still struggling here. Really quickly, let's go to the record book. What's it gonna take? So in terms of goals, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna get there. Like the rest of these guys were just on a different level. Is he American or Canadian? He is Canadian. He is Canadian. Played for... God, I can't remember who. Can anybody remember? Before I look, I'm trying to remember who he played for. I'm 99% it was the OHL. I don't think it was Oshawa, though. Damn it. I can't remember who he played for. Warrior says London. I don't think it was London. Oh, I know who it was. It was Guelph. Guaranteed it was Guelph. Hey, there it is. The legend of the Guelph Storm. I mean, 101 points in 68 games in his draft year should have been a, you know, should have been the suspicion. Crazy. Stud just needs to get the monkey off his back. I agree. There's a lot of snake-bitten Bruins in terms of like their goal-scoring touch this year, which is why I'm not too worried. Chat's behind. Apparently it is, yeah. It's all good. Let's keep going here. We need Barlow to turn it around, or Rantanen will be getting a lot more starts. We are going to be a lot closer to a fringe playoff team this year from the looks of it. We didn't lose 7 or 8 games last year until like April. We're 15-8-0 on December 1st, 2041. Ekman has 20 goals in 23 games. It has to be the goaltending, right? Ekman's great. Carlton's great. Niedermayer's great. Fedorov's great. Byer really slowed down in terms of goal scoring, but he's still doing really well. Suhonen's fitting in all right. Teratukin's been solid. Lundberg's been solid. Again, the only issue is I can't get Legacy onto that higher line. There's just no way to get Legacy up there. Like Fedorov or Suhonen don't really deserve to be dropped. It's just there's nothing I can do. But Legacy is without power play time for the first time, so he's not quite boosting up the other guys like I thought he would. But honestly, let's get Kai Vatanen off of that power play. Like, fuck that. I want Legacy up there. Let's reunite all the boys. Oh wait, Legacy was on the power play. Ekman, Legacy, Byer. Niedermayer, Carlton. I don't know who to get on the power play then. Maybe Zagrafin for that offensive awareness? Just trying to make sure we don't have anybody missing that would really benefit from that power play time. I mean, Teratukin does have 94 offensive awareness, so I guess we'll leave him there. Really quickly, we got to check the goaltending. Barlow's up to a 905 at least. He's starting to turn it around. Do I have a favorite Bruins player? I mean, it's a cop-out, but it's Bergeron. 15-8-0. We're not going to overreact. We're first in our division, which is great. Goals for, still third best in the league, hovering around a 4. Goals against at a 287. Towards the bottom half of the standings here, but not awful. 29% on the power play is pretty good. The PK is getting back to normal. All right, we seem to be getting back to kind of the standard that we've set here over the last little bit. Let's sim another month. That happens when you have no snipers or playmakers. Correct. Ranger, you haven't missed much. We just got started tonight. Oh, his 1B is too good. Correct. Yeah, G-Hockey, I don't envy you. Again, when I lost my custom rosters, I have pretty much had no desire to go back to editing. You know, I started a couple of times with the Ducks, and I'm like, I don't have the desire to do this at all. So, 25, 11-0. We are first in our division through 36 games. Let's take a look at the team again. Make sure we're still improving. So Ekman is kind of dropping off a little bit in terms of what he's capable of in terms of goal scoring. I mean, not really. Let's be honest. He's amazing. Cameron Carlton's been great. Niedermayer's been great. Joe Byers really slowed down in terms of goals, but he's still on pace to hit 30. Suhonen on 27 points is a little bit behind. Ola Lundberg is literally Brandon Peary. God, the only thing, I just have no way to get that line combination to work. As much as it sucks. Like, unless I were to have, like, Bayer and Legacy on the third. I suppose if we were struggling, that's something that you could debate. Bayer and Legacy on the third line so that they can be a pair. But would it not necessarily be worth... You know, would it not be worth it due to that reduced ice time? Barlow's only at a 907 as well. That's really not helping. Sonata's crushing the AHL. Billy Bird's crushing the AHL. There is a legitimate argument to maybe sit out Nolan Barlow to see what else could be done. We'll leave him in for now. But it's time for him to start impressing. We are into 2042. We are almost out of time. As insane as that is, you know? God damn. Get to the end of this month. I mean, our record's still looking phenomenal. 33-15-0. You can't really complain about that. Ekman leading the way in terms of points. We're the top team in the West, the third best team in the NHL. Maybe the fourth off of different tiebreaker scenarios. We're still in a great spot. Yeah, we're the third best team in the NHL right now. Goals for? Tied for third best with St. Louis. Goals against at a 275 is slowly going back down. Our power play at 28% is good, not quite top-notch like it used to be. And our penalty kills at 80%, which is drifting towards the top half again. So things are starting to sort out a little, sort themselves out a little bit. Barlow's not really getting any better. Guys, what do you think? I want to hear from you. Do we just run with Barlow, or do we scratch him and run with Rantanen and Zanata just to see what they're capable of? What do you guys think? I'm intrigued to hear from you. I mean, it's a possibility. In UDFA, can we sign guys who were drafted but never got signed? No. UDFA will legitimately be UDFA only. Check league goalie stats. That's a fair point. We can see how he's doing in comparison to other goaltenders. That's fair. So right now the top save percentages You have a couple of goalies above a 920 that are starters. The average starter appears to be at about at least a 914. So there's no doubt he's been a below average starter this season. Through 38 games, again, the question is how much time. Jacob, what's going on, buddy? You know what we're going to do? We're not going to scratch him, but I am going to turn off auto-rotate. And we'll be a little bit more hands-on with this by letting Rantanen get more games. And we'll give Barlow the back-to-backs. We're going to start testing out Jukka Rantanen, who again has led us to a cup final before. We'll test him out a little bit more. So we beat Florida. We beat Pittsburgh. And we beat Vegas. A nice 3-0 run for Jukka Rantanen. Up to a 916. Just watching UFC 209. Fair enough. Crash Andrews, what's going on, buddy? What is going on? We'll sim this game against Ottawa. That's a win for Barlow. Barlow will get a run until he loses 2 in a row. Let's see what he's got here. For the most part, they'll run a pretty good streak. We lose 7-4 to Washington. We do beat Dallas. We'll go with the old 2 in a row run. We'll be a little bit more hands-on with when Barlow gets the starts. Honestly, I'm going to switch Barlow right there. If he loses 2 in a row, we have a back-to-back coming up. So Jukka Rantanen gets the next 2 games. Loses to Winnipeg. Beats Calgary. Let's take a look at these save percentages now. Barlow's down to a 902. And he loses to Philly. We have a goaltending issue. A severe goaltending issue here, guys. Where we're going to have to make a decision. And again, just let me check something here really quickly. Not to be a little bit distracted, but hey, it is what it is. Give me uno momento. Oh, God. I'm trying to think. Thinking's a dangerous thing, isn't it? So again, the 2044-45 season is our last. This is our 4th to last season. We have 3 years left after this. There is no time to rebuild, to say the least. Oh, man. We have to see what else we have in goal. We have to. There's no choice. Barlow is really struggling here, so we're going to call up Zanatta. We gave Zanatta this opportunity in prior seasons, or at least last year, and it didn't really work out. But we're going to see what Zanatta can do. We'll go ahead and scratch Barlow. We'll still control who starts and who doesn't. Of course, we have too many good goalies on this roster right now to blow this. Speaking of blowing, it's one of my favorite Sabres fans. It's Eichel Tower. What's going on, buddy? Let's see. 7-1 win over New Jersey. Minnesota, we lose in a shootout. We got a back-to-back here on deadline day. List ourselves as buyers. Doesn't really matter. Zanatta will get this game. He wins. Niedermayer's up to 80 points in 63 games. Zanatta has a 968 through 3 games. Yeah, I don't know if we can trust Barlow anymore, guys. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. We gotta go with the hot hand.
Fanboy.
Super
the man
limited
was a
sample size.
fanboy.
Eichel dropping the 16 months. You love to see that. Working your way towards 2 years, and I respect you for it. Let's take a look at the rest of the team here before Rantanen gets this game. Ekman almost up to 50 goals again. Carlton's been great. Niedermayer's been great. Fedorov's been great. Joey Meyer has 30 goals again. Oh my God. The streak lives on. How many goddamn seasons has he played? Eat your heart out, Undertaker. This is the real phenom right here. Holy shit. Suhonen's been great. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the third line. They could have gone a little bit better. The fourth line's been great. Joe Byron, 821 goals. Yeah, should be in the top 5 now. Over Austin Matthews. I feel like in a way we might be wasting legacy. Ottonen's been pretty good. I'm hoping Lundberg gets a big boost, though, by being next to Uriel Legacy. That was what we were aiming for. We pretty much just have to leave it. The only other option would be calling up Viitanen for Lundberg and getting that +1 on the fourth line. It's pretty much the only other move. Again, unless we were to call up West, who's done very well. Might be proof that a -1 for the forward lines can work, too. It's working in the AHL, at least. Michael, all good, buddy. Appreciate you stopping in. Thank you again for the resub. And I hope you've been well, dude. We've missed you. Nobody in that top 6 deserves to get demoted, though. I guess we'll just leave it. Let's see what happens with Rantanen in goal. He loses, so we're going right back to Zanata. And throughout the course of this final month, we're going to find out who our starting goalie is. Plymouth, what's going on, buddy? Oh, that's a loss. All right, both of these goalies have lost in their the last 2 performances. Since Zanata started, let's give Barlow the opportunity here. It is a pure goaltending carousel. Barlow wins 6-2, so Barlow continues on. 9-1 over the Ducks. Smoot, avert your eyes. I hate to tell you, that's a rough one. St. Louis is a win. Barlow looks to be heating up, and the Goons are officially back in the playoffs again. 46-20-2. We are the second best team in the league behind the Tampa Bay Lightning. One thing you notice, though, the top half of the league, it's a much more close mix of Eastern and Western. Where I feel like Western Conference teams were just all over the top of the board previously. Like, to an absurd extent. Rantanen has a 9-12. Zanata has a 9-52. Let's give Zanata the chance in this next game. See if he can beat Detroit there. Oof. Barlow might still very well be our guy. Zanata down to a 9-25 off of that one game. You could make the argument, too, to test out Billy Bird. And I'm not quite... But then Barlow loses, and yeah. I have no faith in any of our goalies right now. Barlow's still on a 9-03. He had a 9-24 last year and won the Vezina. Let's give Rantanen the opportunity. I wish I could carry 4 goalies on the roster because I would. Rantanen, you play till you lose. Can you beat Columbus? The Habs fire their head coach, and we do beat Columbus in a shootout. Joey Byer leading this team in points. 11 games to go. We play Edmonton, we win that as well. Colorado, it's a win. Okay, so Rantanen right now is making a really strong push to be our starter. He's up to a 9-18. We're going to give Zanata another opportunity. If he loses, Barlow starts tomorrow anyway. Let's see what Zanata can do. He gets the win. We'll start Zanata again. He wins again. All right, interesting for Zanata. He doesn't slip up in that opportunity. Hate to say it to Barlow, but right now, you're being outplayed. Rantanen gets the start in this game. He wins it. We've won 8 of our last 10. Rantanen starts again here on April 1st against Tampa and loses. I mean, again, we know we're making the playoffs again, but right now it's just who the hell are we going to run with in goal? Zanata gets another chance. Barlow's his backup. Can Zanata beat Vancouver? No, he can't. So Barlow will have a chance to prove that he is our guy over these last 2 games of the season. Actually, we got 4 games left, but 2 games coming up here, so we'll see how it plays out. We've already clinched the division title, which is nice. 52, 24, and 2. So again, we won't win 60, but we do get another 50-plus win season, which is, I mean, fantastic. I'm certainly not complaining, to say the least. In the West, we're the top team in the West right now, too. And we're neck and neck for our 4th straight President's Trophy. This cursed goddamn trophy. Mr. Barlow, you get Buffalo next. They're a good team. What do you say? We lose 6-3. I don't like it. Barlow's at a 901. Rantanen, congratulations. I mean, you have a 920 on the season. If you run the table here in our final 3 games, it's tough to say that Jukka Rantanen shouldn't be the starter. We play Florida. He loses. Nobody wants to be the starting goalie on this team. Nobody does. Zanata, congratulations. You get an opportunity to at least prove that maybe you should be something here in the future. Pittsburgh, we lose. Barlow, congratulations. You get another opportunity here. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Against a bad Vegas team. And our defense and offense just completely disappeared heading into the playoffs. Maybe that is the team intentionally wanting to tank away the President's Trophy. Because for the first time in 3 seasons, I believe, we have not won the President's Trophy. First time in 5 years. We had won 4 straight President's Trophies, which means we have won 4 out of the last 6. The 4-year-in-a-row streak has ended. We have not won the President's Trophy. Does that mean we'll win the Cup for the first time? I hope so. What is this series? Jackson, this is a series where we only draft players and we only draft grinders, power forwards, enforcers, and defensive defensemen. Why? Because why not? You ever think about it that way? So, yeah, we just tanked our way. AJ, what's going on, by the way? We just tanked our way out of the President's Trophy. We finished 5th in the league instead of 1st, which might be a good thing. Might be a good thing. Goals for per game plummeted at the end. We finished 4th at a 3.74, which isn't that bad. Only St. Louis was ahead of us in the conference, and 3-time Cup winners, Philadelphia. They were also there. Our goals against average was in the bottom 6. So we're not nearly as dominant. Not nearly as dominant as we were. Our power play is also in the top half at 27.4%. Our penalty kill at 78.1%. Mid-table, closer to the top half. So the era of us being incredibly dominant is certainly over. I think that's quite obvious at this stage. Doesn't mean we're out of cup contention, though. Matthias Ekman scores 50 goals again. I mean, at 3 straight years of at least 60, that stretch happens to end. But still, 92 points, 54 goals. A great run for him. Of course, we had to change up his line mates just due to the coaching change. Again, our coach retired. So, but he's just been incredible. And of course, he's 35 now, too. Cameron Carlton is 36. He puts up a very nice 69 points, 898 in his career, which is ridiculous. Andrew Niedermeyer, over 500 goals and 1,100 points after a 94-point season. His production dropped off pretty far. Is that a Henrik Sedin jersey? Yes, it is. It is, it is. Sergei Fedorov, 74 points. Good improvement here in his 3rd year. 31 goals for the first time. Not bad for a former 7th round pick. Joe Byer, 38 goals. He's never scored less than 30. 93 points this season. 828 goals. 1,600, nearly 1,700 points. Unbelievable. Vesa Suhonen as well on that second line. Drops down from 94 last year. He puts up 79 points. Still, though, back-to-back 30-goal seasons. On the third line, Alex Teratukin drops off a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned about that. Somehow was a -10 on this team. Ola Lundberg did score 26 goals in his rookie year. Only had 35 points, though. Very weird player. Ariel Legacy dropped off tremendously, being in a reduced role. I don't have a great feeling about that third line defensively. Fourth line, Olli Vitanen, call him what you will. 29 points, not too bad. His sophomore year. Kai Vatanen, up to 33 points, so pretty good there. And you have Nathaniel Abukaboom with 27 points in his rookie season at 30 years old. So there is the question, like I said, of what to do with these lines. Again, I'm worried about the defensive ability of the players on this team. And I do think we could get away with a -1 if we had to. There's a couple of things we could get away with on this team, I suppose. Oh man, 2BC comparisons continue. The old nose issues. Watching old Jay and Dan episodes and bored that they hate being in the USA and not being able to talk about hockey. Yeah. This is the worst part about their FS1 show is even Fox Sports didn't necessarily care about hockey. I just wonder. Reuniting that line's a -2. We have options with the lines. We'll leave them as they are. As per usual, the majority of our defensemen good for at least 20 points. Legacy's really dropped off, though, being in a reduced role. Yeah. And then goaltending-wise, here is the controversy. Is it Barlow, who dropped from a .924 to a .901? Is it Nolan Barlow heading into the playoffs? Is it Jukka Rantanen, who posted a .916? Or is it Zanata, who posted a .914? It's probably not George Zanata. If it is Barlow, the question is, how long is that leash before we say, you know, maybe, just maybe, this isn't working out? That is a legitimate question at this stage. And I don't really know the answer to it. No one was good enough for them to play over the 90 overall. You're probably not wrong. Oh god, Devereaux showing up as a 74. Well, that's a disaster, isn't it? That's a disaster. Leave the power play as is. It's a tough call in terms of what we do heading into the playoffs here. Because obviously it is just pure, outright desperation at this stage. Especially too when you look at the deals that are up. Number one, Barlow's a UFA. So Barlow's probably gone at the end of this year anyway. We're not going to be able to hold on to him. We're going to be looking at Zanata. We're going to be looking at Bird. We're going to be looking at Rantanen, Cardwell. I mean, thank God we have Liston, who's up to a 79 already. Barlow's probably gone at the end of the year. I think he's going to be a bit too expensive. Metalhead, take it easy, buddy. We'll catch you later. Goalie-wise, we'll actually figure it out later because I'm going to have to sign Liston to that ELC. I was wondering if re-signing now makes sense, but honestly, we're going to hold off. Let's take a look around the league. See how the numbers panned out before we get into the playoffs. So Pete Delmas in Washington alongside Dawson Takashi crushed it, and then from there, it's a lot of the usual suspects. Power forwards that could have been ours. Wesley Marsh in Winnipeg scored 77 goals. Ekman was up there, though. The assist king was Delmas with 99. Yikes. And in case you're wondering who fought, these guys. We don't even have to look at fights. We can just look at the penalty minutes. For defenseman, Jose Zinger in Tampa. Obviously, at this stage, it's a lot of who the hell is that? For the goalies, the winningest was Kurt Neal in Tampa. Shutout leader was Alexei Evan Vancouver. Save percentage for starters, Michael Ho in Columbus. Motzko, Kavanaugh in Arizona. No goalie goals. You can't check goalie fights, unfortunately. I mean, I guess you can check PIMs, but they never pop up. Can I see how Tom Milson's doing? I always forget to check. Was he a goalie? I don't even remember if he was a goalie. It is what it is. And for rookie skaters, Yves Trudeau in Washington did very, very well. So, no Calder for us this year. Chat, we're going to get down to it. It is the first round. And it will be against the Dallas Stars, who I don't believe we've ever played in the playoffs. And to answer the question about our settings, again, we have certain sliders I can direct you to on the Operation Sports forum, but for scoring, low scoring, high shots. It ends up with equally as weird results. Have I played Dallas? It must have been a while ago then. We end up with equally as, or a very unimpressive series. Equally weird results on these settings that you have on medium. Like it honestly doesn't even make that much of a difference in my opinion. It's craziness. Let's take a look at Dallas, who maybe we have played before. I just don't recall. So we've been moved over, right? No, we haven't. Colorado. Damn it. Damn it, that's right. No, fucking, they had both wild cards. I was hoping to avoid Vancouver or San Jose, but then let's be honest, it might have had to have been Minnesota or Winnipeg. Alright, it's never going to be easy. I'll just stumble and stammer over my words because it's just never going to be easy. In the West, how do we compare to Dallas? We had a significantly better offense. They were at a 3.38. We scored, what, 40 more goals than they did in the regular season? 30 more goals. Easy math. Goals against average for them was significantly higher. At a 3.27. We were at a 2.84. So, I mean, we have the normal advantages that you'd suspect. They did have a slightly better power play. And they had a hell of a lot more opportunities, though. We only had 168 power play opportunities. So, yeah, referee bias. That's why we never won the cup. And then the penalty kill is about even. Okay. 10 shorties this season, though. Let's take a look at Dallas's lineup here in terms of the stats. Oh, that's right. We definitely played them before. Unless McPherson and McGuire were on different teams. No, you're right. We played them before. I recognize McPherson, McGuire, Cup. We actually played them recently. I'm pretty sure we beat them in 5. So, I mean, their top 6 is pretty good. Even down to their 4th line. Hey, look, it's former Goon, Brady Boyce, who has bounced around. He's played on 4 different teams in the past 4 years since leaving us. Poor Brady. They also have former Goon, Jason Christensen, who put up 50 points last year. For them, he had 21 points this year. Jesus. It's not Scott Lawton, it's Sean Lawton. Defensively, even in The guy to watch out for, the goalie, Ian Nielsen, who's an 83, had a 904. Which, as we know, it doesn't mean anything at this stage. We have no idea if a goalie's actually going to wake up or not. Hopefully ours does, a little bit. So Dallas does look like this. Again, McGuire and McPherson are crazy. The rest of the top six is pretty solid, not superstars, though. Third line's pretty good. It's a good amount of depth. I can't hate on it. Defensively, it's incredibly weak. Let's just call a spade a spade. If we can't light up that third pair, how the hell did they even make the playoffs with that third pairing? Goalie, Nielsen, Pitton. We should win this series. I presume that we're going to have the overall edge. Oh boy. Yeah, we should absolutely win this series. And unfortunately for Joe Byer, a man by the name of Artem Lokhtianov has robbed him of a top 5 spot all time. Ekman's up there for 50-goal season still, though. Let's take a look at the ratings. We're at least getting through this first round matchup tonight because, let's be honest, we can't guarantee there will be anything more than that. 94, 94, 91 for the Goons. On the flip side, it is 90, 78, and an 82. Oh, boy. That defense. That defense is ridiculous. We go to game 1. This should be a win. And my God, if we can't win against this Dallas team, then let's be honest, we are really never winning a cup in this series. First period of game 1, scoreless, 20 shots to 7. Glad to see they're struggling 83 overalls waking up. Second period, the opening goal to Andrew Niedermeyer. 29 shots to 19. Andrew Niedermeyer has the opening tally. We go to the third. An insurance goal would be nice. Power play? No. Because why? Why would there be a goal there? Power play for Dallas. Extended power play, and Vatanen scores, of all people. Please let that be enough. God, let that be enough. Murphy scores on Barlow. We lose this game, Barlow doesn't start the next one. We're menu simming the overtime. We blow it in 1 minute and 3 seconds. Overtime, game 1. Here we go. Power play for the Goons. Thank God. Ola Lundberg, in his first ever playoff game, has the overtime game-winning goal. 52 shots to 34. And we survive. Barlow was the first star. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. Thank God we survived game 1. Thank God. Points for a bunch of people. Byer, Abdelkader, Niedermeyer, Lundberg, Vatanen, Lilia, Fedorov, Teratukin. Frickin' A, Barlow. Frickin' A. Oh, boy. We go to game 2 after a tremendous scare. Barlow is still on thin ice, to say the least. Underrated, by the way. Burnaby's made the playoffs again. They are by far the most dominant and consistent AHL team that we've ever had. So it's nice to see them keeping that up. First period. I wish this was alcoholic. Mafish, what's going on, buddy? It's been a long time. I hope you've been well, dude. It's good to see you. Welcome. You've missed nothing but heartbreak. Second period, 3-2. 2 goals for Andrew Niedermeyer. We're down by 1 heading into the third. Suhonen ties it at 3. Power play for Dallas. No goal. Power play for the Goons. Ekman, 4 unanswered goals for the Goons. Ekman on the power play. 6.5 to go. I don't know who's between the pipes, but please, God, don't screw this up. The Goons come back and win game 2 by the score of 4-3. My God. It was Jukka Rantanen to step in and stop all 18 shots that he saw from there. We have somehow, some way, a 2-0 series lead. I genuinely don't understand how. Barlow gives up 3 goals on 9 shots. Rantanen saves the day and will certainly be starting game 3. God. Oh, it can never be easy. Barlow has an .883 in 2 games, but he technically has 2 wins, apparently. Oh, Rantanen also got credited with a win. Does Tord have a job in Columbus if they don't make the playoffs? No. He shouldn't have a job in Columbus now. Leave everything the same. We're up 2-0. Jukka Rantanen gets the start. I have to be honest, Barlow, I hate to tell you, you're not even going to be the backup option. It's going to be Zanata. Barlow is completely scratched. It's Jukka Rantanen in game 3. It's been a very tumultuous time in Trinidad for him, but we'll see what he can do now. First period of game 1, 2-0 Dallas. Bernard and McGuire on the power play. Second period, stays scoreless. We go to the third. 3-0 Dallas. The power, the offensive firepower has completely disappeared. 3-0 is your final score. Dallas with a shutout win. Nielsen getting the job done for them. As our offense disappears, Rantanen was solid. Can't really blame him for a 3-0 loss, can we? What the hell do we do? Maybe we try something crazy. Maybe, just maybe, we try something crazy. I don't know. I mean, we didn't get anything in that last game, so let's see what we can do. We've already kind of hit that desperation time. So, Olli Viitinen's going to get a hell of an opportunity here moving up to the top line. Fedorov will play with Bayer and Legacy, Teratukin, Carlton, Suhonen. The fourth line intact. Defensively, we'll swap Legacy, even though it screws up the handedness, with Robert Lilja. Goalie in this game is going to be Rantanen. Game 4. First period. Well, we found our offense, and then we flippin' blew it. 2 power play goals for Ekman, a goal for Bayer. And then they get 3 goals in 5 minutes. Muir, Esch, and Muir again. Oh my God. This has been a nightmare. Tied at 3. Second period. 4-3 Goons. Ekman has a hat trick worth of power play goals. We have the lead. Heading into the third period. Second line is a -1 by design. Come on, boys. Please hold on. Please hold on. Please, 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 please. Please, God, yes! How the hell do we have a 3-0 series lead here? We should legitimately be down 0-3. And instead, Dallas is. Lundberg and Fedorov cap this one off. It's a 3-0 series lead for the Goons. I have never had this little confidence in this team in a playoff situation. Rantanen wasn't great. Is it 3-1? Fine, it's 3-1, whatever. Hey, you can't blame me for wanting to forget about that shutout. You still remember what I said about the lack of confidence, by the way? It's 3-1 then! Point being, how are we not losing? How do we not get swept? There, that's the point I should have been making. How have we not been swept? We gotta stick with Rantanen, but to be honest, I don't have that much confidence in him. I really don't. He's allowed 3 goals in each of the last 2 games. George Zanata. That's right. We're going for it. George Zanata. Can you win us Game 5 to end this series? I am giving you the opportunity of a lifetime, sir. Don't blow it. First period. He almost blew it. Teratukin on the power play. Fedorov as well. Then McPherson and Lawton score. Saprikin gets it 1 back at least. It's 3-2. Second period. 4-2. Saprikin scores again. All of a sudden, our defense knows how to score. We go to the third. Can we end this? My God. Can we end this series? Power play for Dallas. We score anyway. Fedorov, it's 5-2. Power play for Dallas. Still 5-2. Now 5-3. Zanata, I swear to God. 3.5. 2.5. Trinidad and Tobago move on after beating the Dallas Stars in 5 games. That, if there was ever a series where I would say we did not deserve to win that, this was probably the one. I have no idea how we just won that series. Not a goddamn clue. Not a goddamn clue. So clearly it's Rantanen and Zanata. Unless we give Barlow another chance, but Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe we do treat it like Corey Crawford and Scott Darling and we say, oh, I'll give it back to Barlow to start the series, but good God. And Rantanen was by far the best. Defensively, Saprikin out of nowhere just went off. Devereaux and Lilia do not work as a pairing. Duly noted. And then forward-wise, Ekman and Niedermeyer were actually minus players on that top line in terms of 5-on-5. They did most of their damage on the power play, or at least Ekman did. I don't know how the hell we survived that. I genuinely don't. My God. I think we have to turn it back to Barlow to start the next series and then go back to Rantanen if needed. Lilia and Devereaux do not work. This we know. Honestly, those Agrapin and Saprikin were too good. We'll have to go back to Legacy and Devereaux. Pretty much no choice. And then forward-wise, I don't even know. I don't even know. It's not like Olli Vatanen did much up there. How's the AHL team doing, by the way? Really quickly. We know they made the playoffs. They're moving on, which is cool. They don't really have a scorer who's doing all that much. Honestly, I know we won that series in pretty short order, but I am still very much going to take the approach of rewarding players who actually played well in that first round. Do we have someone who can play instead of Devereaux? No. He's an enforcer. It's the only thing that really leads to us having half-decent chemistry. Although, with this coach, Carpentier or Persson might actually work now. The issue is, obviously, by the time we got this coach, we lost our better options. There, Persson. Pretty good job of putting up points in that first round. Really quickly, if I'm going to call up the two of them, I'm going to send Zanata down really quickly. Well, Carpentier definitely doesn't work. It would still have to be a -1. Does Persson work? No. Yeah, it's just... Our defense is our defense, unfortunately. Tis what it is. It's a rough hand to have been dealt, but it is what it is. Devereaux is our Brooks Orr pick. Devereaux is our fucking Eric Goodbranson. That's what Devereaux is. He is our Eric Goodbranson. The best lines in the AHL. I don't really care now at this stage. Just want the best team to be able to win. Honestly, our defense pretty much has to stay the same. So really quickly then. Really quickly. I legitimately want to see who I'd view as our top players as we set up the lines for this next series. Again, I know that we won, and that's all well and good. But I'm still going to stick with the idea of rewarding people who played the best and trying to make chemistry work out of that as a result. So we'll see what we have here. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have called Suhonen one of our better all-around players. Cameron Carlton, as is tradition. Very hit or miss in the playoffs. Teratukin, I'd argue the best player that we've seen so far in a well-rounded nature. Uriel Legacy continues to be an enigma. An enigma to say the least. Warrior, we are moving on to round 2 again. Who would have thought Joe Byer right now, our best player in round 1 that we've seen so far. Fedorov, even better than him. Even better than him. Ollie Vitanen, not great. That idea of trying to give him an opportunity really didn't work. Niedermeyer. Honestly, I wouldn't say Niedermeyer was great. Like, the point production was good, but obviously like, the penalty minutes and his defensive ability 5-on-5 was pretty rough. Ekman's kind of in a similar spot. How many more years are we doing? 3! Because that's all we can do is 3 more years. So in theory, Fedorov, Byer, Teratukin. And again, we're going to see how these look. Ekman, Niedermeyer, and then Vatanen or Bukaboom. Probably go Vatanen. Bukaboom, Carlton, and Legacy. So instead of Vatanen, what if we have Bukaboom there? Oof. Instead of Teratukin, what if we have Ekman? Oof. I definitely don't want a -2. Honestly, I think I'm good with the idea of running with a -1. I think I'm good with it. Fedorov plays center. No, but Niedermeyer can. Does chemistry matter at all? We're about to find out, because it's going to be Ekman, Niedermeyer, Fedorov, Teratukin, Carlton, Byer. Might as well go Bukaboom, Legacy, Vatanen, and then Vitanen with Lundberg. And I can't believe this, but again, Suhonen hasn't been amazing. Although you could argue with Carlton, if he's really in the spot that he should be. Honestly, Suhonen could get the bump up instead of Teratukin. Damn. Kind of a rough spot to be in. We're in such a weird spot. And Bookabum and Vatanen weren't bad. Teratukin was one of our better players too, though. God damn. I don't know what I want to do here at all. At all. Again, really quickly. If I were to reestablish this as I had it before, say Ekman, Niedermeyer, Vatanen. Honestly, it's a tough spot to be in right now. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I think we have our answer in terms of what we're going to try here. Vatanen and Bookabum are both okay. Vatanen has the goal-scoring touch, though. I think those are going to be the forward lines here. We're going to risk it with those -1s in the top 6 to get kind of our best overall players, aside from Carlton, into the top 6. It's just a matter of whether or not it's going to work, and I have no idea.